Welcome to episode 4 of
Now with more cheese.
Theme song. Yeah.
My line is like what I sing is different every time.
I've noticed.
Is that okay?
I don't know. Is it okay?
I don't know.
I think
Is
it's
it
fine.
okay?
Isn't it?
I'm improving.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't know I was a jazz musician, did you?
No, I'm going to improv too more.
Oh, scatting.
Why is it called scat is poop?
It is poop.
So when you're scatting, are you
Pooping out sounds. Yeah, you're pooping out random sounds. Yeah.
Wonder why it's called scatting. I don't know. Who knows?
Someone's going to tell us because you asked.
Scat.
We were talking recently about your makeup because someone let's think about this. Someone wrote you a note and said something about how when they grow up they want to have fun like you do. And when you got that note, we talked about how you're not 100% fun, but you're actually a pie chart of a few different things. So tell me about the pie chart that we call Leah.
We're all pie charts.
We are all pie charts.
I'd been thinking about the whole pie chart concept for people like a day or two prior because something went off in my brain and I was just like, if I was a pie chart, what would I look like? And then I started seriously thinking of it. So my personal pie chart, my personal pie pizza chart would look like this. 3 slices, equal amounts. Glooming and dooming is 1 slice. Anxiety and panic is another slice. And funning and creating. It's my 3rd slice. It's the most delicious slice.
I've never heard the word funning before.
I just coined it. Funning.
What does glooming and dooming mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. Have one dark thought in your head and then just go down the whole toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl.
Just go on. First you start at the rim and then you go down.
Oh, so you're spiraling.
Then you go, woo! But
right.
You don't spiral up. You're spiraling down.
Right.
You're getting sucked right out, right into the sewer, basically, because that's where the glooming and dooming proliferates. It blooms there.
It blooms.
It's glooming, dooming, and then blooming.
Glooming, dooming, and blooming in the sewer. In the subterranean sewer.
Yes, and yeah, I spend a nice amount of time there. You know this about me. You know, there's always reasons, no matter what's been going on, there's always reasons for me to gloom and doom. I'll always come up with a reason to do it.
Yes.
The best of times, the worst of times, and everywhere in between. There's always a really nice little slot, a nice piece of gloom and doom pie that I can just wolf down, you know? As long as I have some whipped cream on that. Thank you.
Is there a flavor to that pie?
Remember when I said it was like going down into us? Yeah.
So sewage pie. My favorite therapist word for what you described, people love spiraling. That's the one I hear the most. But my favorite word is catastrophizing. I love the word catastrophe made into a verb. Catastrophizing. Catastrophizing.
Glooming, dooming, and catastrophizing. I think those are my 3 states of being. What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, you know me pretty darn well.
I think there is a very small part of a pie chart, but sometimes it pops out. Like when you make dinner, it's a little bit of a caretaking. Because you don't just decide to make dinner. When you decide to cook, you decide to cook all day long. So you will start making lunch.
Yeah.
Like shredding every vegetable we have in the house to make into veggie cakes.
Yes.
Or researching recipes on the New York Times.
Love the cooking app.
Yeah, so when you get it, it's less about being domesticated, and it's more about taking care of selves.
How dare you call me domesticated?
I'm not calling you domesticated.
No,
It's
I'm
like
just kidding.
you're homing. It's like you're homing.
Homing.
Homing. So you fuss over me and you cook, and you might go on some cleaning spree where I don't know, you reorganize the Tupperware drawer and put everything in size
Yes.
order.
You see how it's in there? Perhaps you could put it in there the way it looks. Large, too small. I feel like I need to turn around and look at the drawer right now. Have you already messed up my drawer?
Your suggestions feel like more. They feel like they're veiled commands. They're veiled orders where you're like, how about this is what you do. You go,
Oh, no.
how about you put the Tupperwares in the order from small to large? How about you do that? Just a suggestion. And then I'm like, no, I can't.
Right, exactly.
I
Exactly.
can't.
So even if I do reorganize it, you just toss them. Why?
Yes,
Wait.
because I open
hold
the
on.
door and I throw things in and I slam it really
But
fast.
why? What's the core issue with that? It's really.
No.
Don't you like to open up something and see it neat and organized?
What if
Wait, when we go into the living room and everything's neat and organized?
It's different. It's not a drawer. I can close a drawer. With the drawers, if something starts to get like, suddenly we washed some jars that were in the refrigerator for 3 years with something growing in them, and then they have to fit in the same they have to fit in the same
kimchi
shelf
Yeah.
that the jars are already on, and so you just kind of cram it in really fast and slam the door, and then the door will hold it shut. Otherwise,
Okay,
you
alright.
have to take every single thing out of the cupboard and reorganize from start to finish.
Wait, hold on. So you do have that in you?
Yes.
Okay, what's the drama around organizing?
Wait, you don't know this?
No.
We've been together for 29 years. This is a hard one for me to talk about because it relates.
Is this your family?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could eat off the floor in the entire house of her parents' house.
My mom's name is Jerry, and growing up, her nickname was Sanitary Jerry. What happens for me is I feel like I have a choice. I can either sit and organize the drawer for the next 4 hours, or I can throw things in and slam it and run away really fast.
What do you mean 4 hours?
I
It's a
can't
drawer,
stop.
but
Yeah.
why? What would you that's micro organizing. That's even
Yes.
worse than what I do.
The choice is either perfection or slam the drawer
Wait, hold
as
on.
fast as possible.
What is perfection?
Okay, I'll give you another
How
example.
do you define perfection? What if there was
what in the straw? You just said you had straw envy.
Yes.
So you got yourself a straw.
What if there was a creature in there?
A creature. Here's another example that you know very well.
Yes.
I cannot fold clothes.
No. Wait, hold on. It's not that she can't. I swear. It's that she just refuses to.
Okay.
She-
No. I'm telling you why.
She pulls it up.
I
and
do.
then throws it back.
Yes. Because here's why.
Okay.
I can't fold clothes perfectly. When I fold clothes, I don't feel like I do it well enough. And this creates a huge amount of anxiety. Has anybody else experienced this? I have so much anxiety when I fold and it looks messy. I could never work in retail. I could never work at like the Gap. Right? I would be fired because I cannot fold clothing. And so instead of stressing out to this extreme degree, it's an extreme degree of anxiety I have around it being messy, I just don't fold them at all. I just ball them up and shove them on shelves.
As a therapist, I mean, what would you tell the person who's just like, for fear of not doing something perfectly, I just don't do it at all? What would you tell that person?
I'd say that's important, actually. We have to be okay with being messy.
Validating your non-folding.
No, I really believe this. Because we get paralyzed. If we're going to be paralyzed by perfectionism, then let it go, man. Don't try to be perfect anymore. Twice a year, I take like a full day and I fold everything.
It's a beautiful thing.
But then one day I can't find that one t-shirt I'm looking for. I start to look, like, throw everything all over the place, and I'm in a rush, and then I'm like, I gotta change my clothes again before I gotta be comfortable before I leave.
Oh my goodness.
And I have a panic attack and throw my clothes everywhere, and then it's gonna be another 6 months before I take the time to fold them again. Thank you for asking.
That sounds hard. It sounds very difficult. Tell me more.
I'm not gonna tell you more. Took up plenty of time.
Right. So what's your pie chart?
Oh, my pie chart.
Obviously, folding clothes and organizing drawers is a piece of the pie.
No,
here.
it's not. What it is, it's definitely not. 25% anxiety. 25% badass. And then I am 25% potatoes. And 25% beer. Yeah.
Oh man.
So anxiety, badass, potatoes, and beer. Like, that's it. I honestly don't think I am anything else.
Wow, I think I need to amend mine to be 25, 25, and 25% because I'm 25% sawdust.
Right?
Badass.
The badass might also be the therapist part. Someone called me fierce once, and I appreciated that because that's a part of me that not everybody sees. And someone said that I was fierce, and I fierce compassion, fierce anxiety, fierce potatoes, and fierce beer. Yeah, I do think fierce might be a better word than
Fierce
badass.
Fierce anxiety sounds very primal, doesn't it?
I've got this primal rumbling in me that the more relaxed I am, the more it comes out.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think you've seen it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Fierce could be a good segue into a part of you didn't reference in your pie chart, which is the part of you that somehow accidentally intimidates other people. We've referenced this in our last podcast where Leah had to take on the task of developing soft face. That's it. That's it. Slightly upturned smile, squinty eyes.
It's very difficult.
Why did we have to develop soft face for you, Leah?
I am very controversial. I am the person that if I'm put in a corner because I'm feeling defensive, even if I'm on the offensive, and somebody's like attacking me, like verbally, psychologically, in any way whatsoever, I will match whoever that is. I'm small. I'm only like 5'3". But I don't back down. I don't back down, and I mean it's a trauma response, make no mistake. That's what it is. Right? So I've had a lot of trauma in my life, and the way that I deal with it since I was a little kid is I'm like, oh yeah, I don't care who you are. Right?
Show that look again.
Oh yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah, and it's this, and it is primal. There's no doubt about it, and it's just like no one is going to take care of me other than me. So it doesn't matter what I have to do. Even though I'm not somebody who's like, I've been in like probably 2 physical altercations in my life. One I got arrested for.
Before my time.
Sometimes it's as if I bring out the worst in people who have any aggression in them at all. That's what it feels like.
Well, I think that particular look that you gave, the oh yeah look that I can't even imitate because I have soft face, that look is this, yeah, bring it on kind of look. It's very eggs people on. Eggy. Could we call it eggy?
Yeah, some people would say when I was younger that I had a chip on my shoulder.
That's the look on your face. You're like ready for a fight.
Yes.
Because there were times in your life where you had to be.
Yes.
And so because of that, you now have this little voice that's
I'm
like,
prepared.
you better be prepared. Yeah, you better be ready for a fight. And so that comes out. And so, but sometimes that comes out in really strange times. Like one time early on, we were at a
Oh.
bar and there were balloons and you had a balloon and a little kid came over and asked you for your balloon because she was taking everybody's balloons and she was the only kid there. You did not give her your balloon.
Yes. I was just like, no, I'm going to keep my balloon. But then her mom decided I was the worst person in the world and decided to get in my face.
So when the mom got mad that you didn't give the kid the balloon, you were like, "Yeah, you gonna take my balloon?" And then she got in your face.
We should preface this with yes, I look like yeah, but I don't say anything. It's all just
That's right.
it's the essence of Leah that you don't want. You
What,
don't want this essence of Leah.
what is the opposite of soft face? What would we call the face?
No, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You are so cute right now because you can't even describe it. You can't even tap into that part of you.
Right, because I haven't done it in a long time.
Because it's so not you. It's just this defensive response.
I mean, it's
You're the sweetest and kindest and most generous person I know.
Well, thank you.
But if you feel threatened, this side pops out. So most people aren't going to see that. And you can't even tap into it without something happening, which is great.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time because as I've gotten older, I realize what it is insecurity. It's insecurity. So insecurity is a different feeling. It's not like, oh yeah. Insecurity is more like, well, I got to get out of here right now. So I think as I got older, you would experience that with me. I'd be like, I need to leave immediately. I need to get out of here. Because I'd see that people would still be reacting in a weird way. But now I'm really good at my inner dialogue with myself. Like now I can even sit in the room of like, oh, I feel uncomfortable. I don't have to feel, I'm not threatened. It's okay. Everything's all right. But I can talk the room.
And this is the reason that we had to develop a soft face for you, is so that you could project outwardly something that didn't rile up a room.
Yeah.
Because you have a very powerful essence and people feel this. I know that everybody who watches you feels this. You have a very powerful sense of self. And what people are getting on social media is the powerful sense of self of you that we see most of the time, which is kind, loving, generous. Why can't we all get along? Kind of stuff. And really enthusiastic.
Yeah. We'd be hanging out somewhere, having dinner, and I'd look at somebody who's coming in the door or a group, and I'd say to Amelia, this is before you, I think, maybe got it, what was going on. I'd be like, watch these people coming in right now. And they looked at me like they wanted to basically take me out back and beat the shit out of me.
And this is not an exaggeration. They would see you and go, she's the one we're going to beat up tonight. Like, why?
But in how I was then is they walked in and they started doing that. And I just did this. I just watched them.
And you went, yeah? Yeah?
Basically, I was like, I'll be sitting here for when you're ready.
That's the look. That's it. We could call it bring it on face.
It's bring it on face.
It had to get replaced with soft face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I mean, now I can talk my way out of and into anything because I think I'm a pretty good communicator. But I think then I was not. I wasn't a good communicator. And like, you know, I keep coming back to like these insecure, trauma-based reactions is what they were. And I think I've come, you know, I've made peace with a lot of things in my past. And a lot of things I haven't and I never will. But those things that I have made peace with have made it easier for me to like, oh, they're looking at me. They're giving me that look. Just like, hey, how's it going? Instead of, yeah, I'll be right here. You know?
So what are some fun ways that you cope with difficult
Cope.
things, because I know one of my fun ways of coping is buying shoes.
That does fix everything. If there's one thing, especially for women, probably men too, but women, each decade, our bodies are different, but our feet never change. So this is like getting shoes is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Really? You cope by getting shoes?
I might be slight exaggeration, but it's definitely something that brings me joy.
How do I cope?
Yeah, what are some fun ways that you cope?
I put my head down and I do a lot of working. But my work, I get great joy from my work. So it doesn't feel like working when I'm working. How do I cope?
I like
music.
I like hiking.
Music is a huge thing for
Yeah.
me. It's like I listen to a lot of music. Music takes me places. Like movies do too. It's like I love film.
Oh, you like watching film. Yeah,
Yes.
that's definitely a thing for you.
Good shows.
Not bad
Music.
shows.
Not
Only
bad
good
shows.
shows.
I love museums, being
Yeah.
outside, all of those things, like coupled together. Or like just like going out and hanging out with you, of course.
Of course.
You know? Like getting me out of the house and going somewhere is always good. Even if it's just like over to Watkins Glen to have a beer.
Yeah, definitely
like-
getting out of the house for you.
Right?
Did you
Blooming
do
and dooming
this?
is better in pairs, better in pairs, better in pairs. Blooming and dooming is better in pairs. It is better in pairs. Right?
Sure. I see you get really distressed about the state of trees, for example. We're not going there. Stop. Biz, come back. Or Biz, Biz, come back.
Okay.
Come back. And so I researched toilet paper. This is the practical Amelia. I spent, God, an hour researching toilet paper to find the one that had the smallest footprint on the planet.
Yes.
The smallest environmental impact, the smallest footprint on the planet, which, by the way, from what I can tell, is Trader Joe's, which I heard is like sandpaper for the bunghole.
No, thank you.
And I think maybe Whole Foods or somebody else has. There's a few other brands that are rated A+ like that, but the one that also has a softness that you might actually want to use it is Seventh Generation,
Which is a great
Yeah.
company.
So, and it's not that much more expensive.
But it needs to be. This is the thing of just like,
It needs to be more expensive.
yes, if we're cutting down trees just to wipe ourselves,
Or wipe our bits.
wipe our bits, that is messed up that we haven't figured out a way to use all of our cardboard,
Used sandpaper.
used sandpaper. I have a
We'll
lot
give
of
it to Trader Joe's.
Oh my God. There you go.
Yeah, now we know how to recycle all of our sandpaper.
We can recycle our sandpaper. Now I know how. That feels really good. That's
Or
making
not.
a difference.
I would like some credit for all the time I spent researching.
God, yes,
toilet
yes,
paper.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because yes, I have a lot of eco anxiety. But it's more than that. I wish there was a different word for that. It's eco responsibility. Because I think lots of times we just buy things, consume, and we're not thinking about where is this coming from? How is it made? Why was it made?
Okay, but here's the difference between you and me.
Yes.
I spend 30 seconds with the glooming and dooming part and the horrors of it. And then I immediately go into, okay, we're going to fix it right now.
How?
We're going to buy 7th generation toilet paper.
So, all right. So when you were saying, how do you fix it, Leah? So you do fix it just individually. So that's what you were talking about?
No. I'm saying.
Hold on a second. Today, I am drinking Trader Joe's strawberry soda. Have you seen this? It's okay. So it's strawberry soda. It's fantastic. It's a little can with limes. But then I take, where's the other one? I don't know. There's a strawberry seltzer, and I mix it in because I find it a little too sweet by itself. It's delicious.
Vodka tonic.
I just pounded this. Woo! I woke up in the middle of the night, completely panicked about like how many trees for the toilet paper. Oh, that's so screwed up.
And as soon as I knew you were worrying about it, I Googled it and I made a decision, and we have since saved trees.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I guess what I do is I worry about everyone.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's great that we do our part. I
Well,
love that we do our part.
As we wrap up,
Yes.
what are 3 things, and you can't say why, 3 things that you've watched recently that have been intriguing to you on the television?
Amelia Perez.
You can't say why. Yeah, no, you can't say why. What else have you watched recently?
I can't speak after that.
No, you can't say why.
Severance.
Severance, yeah.
Lioness.
Oh.
And you?
The Great British Baking Show Professionals.
What else?
The Mayfair Witches, I think it's called.
What else?
I'm kind of interested in Bodkin. We've been watching Bodkin.
Me. It's all right. We need to watch the second half of Dune.
Oh, yeah, we're watching Dune.
Oh, Dune.
The spice.
The spice. I like the original one.
All right, so I think we should pause here.
All right, dude. Do you want to know the secret to being with the same person for almost 30 years? So do I.